Hello, hello, hello. It's your boy Full Armor here. And let's talk about Nate Diaz and him requesting his release from the UFC. Alright, yesterday Nate Diaz put on Twitter, and I quote, send the release. Now, if you don't know what Nate Diaz is referring to, he's referring to the fact that he's been trying to get his final fight set up, his final fight on his UFC contract set up for quite a while now, and it hasn't materialized. It seems like he's at the point where he's saying either give me my final fight or release me from the UFC straight out. And if you also don't know, there's a potential fight between Nate Diaz and Jake Paul in the making. Now, if you really think about it, Dana White said, and I just want to say this first, Dana White said yesterday in response to Nate Diaz that he should probably just pursue the Jake Paul fights. Now, for Dana White to say this is something significant, especially after he said, he's literally contradicting himself, but especially after he said that no UFC fighter under UFC contract will be a part of the debacle that is the Paul brothers, the debacle that's taken the boxing world by storm. And honestly, I can't blame Dana White on that position, considering the fact, when you consider what happened to Tyron Woodley. Granted, Tyron Woodley was under a UFC contract, but he's known as a UFC fighter. He's known as an MMA fighter, and I am pretty sure Dana White doesn't want to suffer the embarrassment of any of his fighters losing, especially when the UFC brands their fighters as the best fighters in the world. But so for him to say this, and this probably gives you some context as to why he's saying Nate Diaz should just pursue the Jake Paul fight, is because the welterweight division is literally full of killers right now. Me personally, I don't see Nate Diaz competing in the welterweight division right now, especially against people in the top five: Covington, Chimaev, Usman, Burns. Like, I just don't see it. It's not that Nate Diaz's stock as a fighter has dropped, because at the end of the day, if Nate Diaz is going to fight, people will tune into it and a lot of money will go into it. But it's just that his priority with the UFC upper echelon and the UFC matchmakers, that has dropped. Because what they see and what I see personally is that the writing is on the wall. Nate Diaz is not in his prime anymore. In my opinion, it would be the smart idea for him to pursue the Jake Paul fight, get the big money fight, and then ride off into the sunset. Why not? Why worry about a final UFC fight? His legacy is already set within the MMA world and within the fighting world as a whole. Get the big money fight, sail off into the sunset. That's just my opinion on it. I'm just here to give my opinion as a MMA commentator.